Hey, guys. Welcome to the Focused and Fulfilled podcast with the Busy Boss Mamas. I'm Stephanie Mitchell. This is my awesome sister, Crystal Borgeson, and we are here to help busy moms to live more intentionally so they can feel more in control of their health, of their mind, and of their habits. So, today we kind of wanted to talk about the connection between emotional health and physical health and some struggles that we've come across ourselves and know for certain that a lot of other moms struggle with too. So we're here in summer. It's summertime now. And um, summertime brings with it a lot of barbecues, a lot of food, a lot of like also wanting to go swimming. And I think that for me anyway, I am always struggling with that balance of like wanting to enjoy um, eating all these yummy things at these barbecues and all the fun things that we go to during the summer and snacking at the beach and all that kind of stuff. And then I find myself craving these things. And then when I eat these things, I start to feel my emotional health decline. So then not only is obviously my physical health declining, but my emotional health is too. And
Well,
with
and it's
that
not
comes a
just
lot.
your emotional health, it's your mental health too, because mental and emotional health aren't the same. I think people use those interchangeably, and they're not.
Right. Okay. So mental health. So, I think a lot of women struggle with this. So once we start to feel that decline in our mental health and we feel we that's not enough. We don't stop there as moms, right? We start to go into this beat up cycle. And then you feel just even more crappy. And then that often leads to this increase in emotional eating, right? So then you find yourself starting this horrific cycle that you're trying to quit, which, as we've talked about before, is a habit loop, right? Habit patterns that we create. And so we are stuck in this negative habit pattern of um, wanting to eat, craving foods, and then we eat them, then we feel like crap. Then our physical health starts to decline, and that's correlated with our mental health. It's just this nasty, nasty cycle. And so I think this is something that is probably not just exclusive to us.
No, definitely not.
What are your thoughts,
Well,
Chris?
well, I think you covered all of it with the cravings end up helping us, but I think we also needed to make clear that because our whole podcast is on feeling focused and fulfilled, like a part of fulfillment is like making sure you have all your health states in line. And so that's why we are going to start talking about a little bit more about like health and stuff in addition to as a
It's
means
all
for
related.
fulfillment.
It's all related. And one of the things that I was finding for myself personally is that I go through these phases where I can like take better care of my physical health, which leads to me feeling better in my mind as well as in my body.
Yeah.
And when I don't have that balance in check, one of the negative side effects of all that is feeling frazzled in my brain. Like I can't focus and I have a lot harder time getting those habits down and feeling that fulfillment that I'm constantly trying to up level every day of feeling like I've got control over all of these different areas of my life and getting the things done that I want to get done. And when I start to feel frazzled and then I'm craving more foods, then I've got the brain fog and all these different things. So we have, we know this isn't just us because we talk to women all the time. This is the life we live, is helping other busy moms and hearing what their struggles are. And this is a huge struggle. And so we thought, you know what? Why don't we talk about this a little bit more on the podcast? Is our correlation between what we eat, how we take care of ourselves, and all that stuff. And why don't we talk about some of the things that have helped us to get over these cravings we struggle with. So we are doing something that we're super, super excited about. We have been working diligently on it for quite a while, and we're going to do a 5-day Crush Your Cravings challenge for anyone else who struggles with this same thing. So we can kind of take you through some of the things that we've learned about habits and our brain and cravings and our body and all these cycles that we go through, and how you can learn to stop like just relying on sheer willpower and then beating yourself up about ending up at the pantry at the end of the day, and how you can crush these cravings that you have for all the things that you don't want to be eating, which obviously is going to lead to being able to drop some pounds and all that kind of stuff. So we thought that would be fun because as a community, we can do so much more. So we're putting together this challenge. We've got some special guests coming on that we're going to be talking about more over the next couple weeks. Challenge is going to launch in a couple weeks, and we were just super excited about it. So we wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about it today and kind of just give you a quick intro on that. And like I said, you'll get more details in our next podcast episode, and we'll be bringing on our special guests so you can meet them and see what they have to share with you.
Yeah, tips and tricks on helping to basically help you in all these aspects of like gaining control over your health, because the baseline for everything is your health. If you're in a bad place mentally or emotionally, we tend to also be in a bad place physically. And if you're in a bad place physically, a lot of times it can result in you being in a bad place emotionally and mentally, and it just ends up in this big cycle. And then one of our big things with feeling the overwhelm and the frustration and the I'm just totally out of control is because these are out of balance. And we found, especially as this summer has come by, like Steph was saying earlier, that a lot of it, like, then we end up in the dang pantry because we're upset, and it's a quick hit of dopamine to, it's like a drug to get a little treat out of the closet or have a little sweet drink, or it's a nice hot day, and so you have a nice cold coffee or a cold lemonade, and then you're looking at yourself in the morning and you feel crushed as you get undressed and get into the shower, and you're like, gosh, am I ever going to get in control? And you have a plan when you're in the shower, and then you get out of the shower, and where the heck did the plan go 3 hours into disciplining and schooling and activities, and now you're sitting outside and the kids want lunch. And
yeah, and I don't know about you,
have more chips at summertime. Like, what
exactly.
is summer needing chips? And I don't know about a lot of you out there, but sometimes if I get started on something, I don't stop. It's like I'm a goldfish. I can't stop. So
it's funny, I was just gonna say the chip thing. Like, I don't ever buy chips, but in the summer when we go camping or we have a barbecue or whatever, we have chips. And so there they are. And especially if I get mad, like if I'm emotionally taxed, then I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna eat the damn chips. And so, and also we've talked a lot about habits and about keystone habits. And if you don't remember, keystone habits are habits that you can start that help all sorts of other habits fall into place. And eating well is one of these keystone habits. And here's the thing. I think that most of us, the eating well thing is really like, oh my gosh, I just need more self-control. If I could only get control of myself, then maybe I wouldn't eat all this crap food. And maybe I would finally be able to lose those 10 pounds, or maybe I wouldn't keep doing this or that. And like, I hate myself. I keep eating and I can't stop, and I'm addicted to sugar. And what a loser. Like, I can't say no to these foods or whatever.
And then you get ticked off and you don't stop when you're in the closet, and you're like, oh, forget it. I'm a loser anyway. I'm going to eat it all. And before you know it, you've had half a pack of Twizzlers and 5 handfuls of chips.
And because one of the things that we are passionate about is health and natural aspects of health and like how we can support our bodies naturally, we've learned some pretty cool things about cravings. And it's really not your fault that you have cravings. Like, you're not a loser. You don't suck. It's not that you just have no self-control at all, and so therefore you don't care about yourself. Like, there's certain things that trigger these cravings. And so that's really what we want to focus on in this challenge is how can we help you to hack your body and your mind to not want to be raiding your pantry. all the time. Like, what do you need to do from a habit perspective and from a brain science perspective, and also from understanding your body's natural physiology, especially as we start to age? There are things that we can do to help reduce like wanting to eat, right? And so
Well, because
then that
in our 20s, a lot of times we're like, how come I now crave these things? Whereas 15, 20 years ago, I didn't crave this stuff at all. I was fine getting off on, 2 meals a day, and they weren't even like big meals. And if somebody offered me a candy bar at any time of the day, there was no way I was going to take it half the time. But now that we're older, we're like, no, I don't want it. But come the afternoon, we're like, no, I don't want it, but give it to me now.
right. And not only that, those habits take a lot more of a toll now. Like, I used to be able to drop weight a lot easier than I can now. I know what I need to do now, and I'm grateful for that from, what we've learned and what we want to share in the challenge, but like, it's not as easy as it used to be. And so I as I'm getting older, I know my metabolism is slowing down. I know that I can see it in my face. I can see it. I feel it. I feel, the lack of energy and stuff like that. And so those are things that as I'm starting to age, I mean, I know I'm not super old, but I'm 40 and I'm definitely not feeling how I was when I was 25. Like, I don't want to I don't want to decline in my vitality as I age. I feel really good now, but I want to continue to feel good. And
No,
so a huge part of feeling good, and I really feel like as we start to get to be middle aged, we start realizing like, I'm not going to live forever, and I'm probably not going to feel this way forever if I'm not careful with the way that I treat my body. And so health becomes even more of a priority. I mean, I know there's some people that are really great at it when they're young and they're always really great at it. But I think that for many of us, we tend to think that we have all this time, right? And so as we age, then we start to think about it more like, oh, maybe I should start caring. And it's true. Like, you've got to get your health habits under control so that you can have that vitality as you go forward. Like, I don't want to keep like packing on pounds in my 40s so that in my 50s it's even harder to lose weight.
exactly. Well, and we don't put yourself off until the kids get older. Like, there's
Do not put
always
yourself off.
going to be stuff. Don't put stuff off now, what you can do, because you will regret it later.
Right.
Don't put off the things that you're passionate about. If you're scared to do, like, do those things, and don't put your health till later. I think all of us do that. And then come 50 or 60, people have no more energy and they hurt and they can't do anything. And every one of us has this dream that when our spouse is done and they retire, that we can retire and travel
Right.
and do stuff. But we can't do that if we're huffing and puffing. And once you have a heart attack, your heart doesn't heal. Like, watching family members who have had heart problems go from incredibly active people to basically having very limited ability to do stuff has been heartbreaking. And so your
Right.
health is worth it. And that has been an encouraging thing for me to remember, because I can take care of my heart and my health now. But once I have a heart attack, unlike I think a lot of people have thought, well, it's okay, you get over it and then you can build your heart back. That's not how it works. Once it's scarred, it's done. You
Right.
will never have the same amount of energy or be able to do the same amount of things that you did before.
Right.
It's very
Right. So,
hard.
I mean, it's just like anything else we talk about with, like, stop waiting for your life to get less crazy to take care of yourself in your
Yes.
mental health, in your physical health, in what you want to do with your life. Like, don't wait. That's what we're all about here at Busy Boss Mama, is like showing you and helping you and walking alongside you to encourage you to take your life by the horns and live your life intentionally, every aspect of it. And you can't live your life intentionally without putting your health at the forefront of it. And so we're constantly talking about health with each other, and we thought, why not like bring together some of our tribe to do a challenge together that we know we all struggle with, we know we all need, right? So we're super excited about this. If you want more details, go to busybossmama.com/cravings and you can check more out about the
They're all-
challenge. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'll put the link in the description below.
Yep. And then we'll be sharing more in the next couple episodes. So you guys, I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for playing along with us today, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.